notes from my October 2024 reading of a 2009 biography on Al Gore by Dale Anderson. I'm filming this Saturday, 5 October 2024, and I read the book yesterday, Friday, 4 October 2024. It's 48 pages. It took me one day. It actually did take me, so there's a bunch of pictures. There's very variable font size. There's a glossary. There's a bunch of, it took me about 2 hours to read, to be 100% honest. And like, it looks like a children's biography, right? And it's Crabtree Publishing and stuff. And no, it's not CB, it's JB, juvenile biography. I was like reading it and I was kind of like, yes, yes, this is not a children's book. I would, at least not compared to my hamster story from that I did book notes for yesterday. Okay, so this is my book in reading notes, and I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers, of Seattle. It's my book in reading notes from my October 2024 reading of a 2009 biography on American politician Al Gore. It's Al Gore, A Wake-Up Call to Global Warming by Dale Anderson, the 2009 Crabtree Publishing Company edition, hardcover. It's the only copy in the King County Library system. I put it on hold and it showed up, and it said, how fitting, the Redmond location, which is by where it was at least closer than me, where I am currently, to where Amazon, online retailer, and Microsoft were founded. Yes, this is a bumpin' place. Boeing was founded here. REI was founded here. We got some stuff. Starbucks was founded here. Okay. All right. So it starts off the first that's the introduction. Book notes, including construction and design. It's very pretty. It's got the style for the text boxes and stuff. We'll do this one. This one is about when he served in the military. I didn't know he served in the military. So there's white background with larger font, then there's kind of green bars, pictures, and then the captions for the photos are in blue boxes, and then let's see, there's and then there's like cursive, but not cursive, lighter green boxes with text in it as well. There's a glossary at the back. There's a timeline. It's variable in content. These are not my pictures. These are the pictures of the book. And okay. I'm just to make that clear. He is someone who was the Democrat Party nominee for United States of America president in 2000, and who won the Nobel Prize in Peace in 2007, won half of the prize for his efforts to preserve the natural environment. So this is my first prize / award coverage where I'm doing it as kind of like part of a notes. And I knew there was something I wanted to point out for that. It did actually take me over 2 minutes per page on average. Yes. Because there's pictures, and there's a variable font size and style, and me trying to figure it out. These are big concepts. Okay. Yes, even for somebody who has a degree in geology and geophysics and grew up in the Pacific Northwest in a very outdoors household. Okay. So there we go. Okay, so then we have, that's the book notes. I had styled this for just book notes, but as reading notes, I hadn't anticipated reading it, and then I ran out of books, and I was like, I guess I'm reading it. So I read this. Okay. So now we're going to go on to reading notes, and I got a few of those. Let's go. Co-winner of the Nobel Prize in Peace. So he actually won, 2007, with the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, which was a United Nations organization founded in 1988. That's cool. Some people think it's only individuals who can win the Nobel Prize. Wrong. It is actually possible for a group or organization to win at least the Nobel Prize in Peace. Whoa. Yeah. So, if somebody has said it's only individuals, 2007 Nobel Prize in Peace is proof that they do not know what they're talking about, or they lied, or something like that. Okay. Yes, Nobel Prizes this year, 2024, starts this coming Monday. So in 2 days, on the 7th, the Nobel Prize in Physiology is announced, and then they do it for 5 business days, and then one more, and it ends with the announcement on the 14th, Monday the 14th, of the Nobel Prize in Economics. And so if you want to follow those, I may or may not try and get in at the time, like Dave, for one. My eyes on literature this year. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember what day that is. Is it the 11th? Something like that. But just knows those dates are per the Nobel Prize website. Okay. All right. Then, so that was page 6. Page 7. Greta Thunberg must have read this. It talks about how children should put pressure on adults to keep the world livable. So about climate change and global warming and stuff. And I was like, wow! That is exactly what Greta Thunberg did. I must have read this book. Oh, and I guess I should throw in my own note. Al Gore is somebody who I have voted for in a classroom election. So my election voting is, yes, back when he was elected, I was in 3rd grade, and we had a classroom. We got to like debate, and then everybody put their heads down and hands up, and then it counted, and it was almost a tie. Gore won, or did Bush win? It was one of those things where it was very eye-opening, where I was like, this is Washington State, Seattle area, and the kiddos are not all Democrats. So I thought it was eye-opening. It's like all the brainwashing education of the Seattle area changes the children from their natural state. Okay. All right. Then we go on to page 11. He grew up spending most of the year in Washington, D.C. And then his home, so like school year kind of thing in Washington, D.C., and then summers in Tennessee. So if you want somebody famous from Washington, D.C., or who grew up in Washington, D.C., look no further than Al Gore. There's probably a lot of people. But this is the book I read. Okay. Page something. There's not actually page numbers on all of the pages. Okay. Page 14. There's a page number on the page before, 13. He attended Harvard, and it sounds like he was born in like the late 1940s, which would make him what, in his 70s or something? Run for president. We could use that. Okay, so I think I get to that at some point. Yeah, okay, I marked something on the next page. Oh, people want to know why the CO2, carbon dioxide in Hawaii matters. I was like, I taught an oceanography class, or I was a TA. We talked about this kind of stuff and carbon sequestration in the ocean and stuff like that. So carbon dioxide in Hawaii matters because Hawaii is in the middle of the ocean. And so the reason why the carbon dioxide measurements matter in Hawaii is even if there is kind of carbon dioxide produced in Hawaii, it gets swept away quickly by the wind. So if there's buildup in carbon dioxide levels in a place where it all gets like taken away by the wind, that's a problem. Okay. That's how that works. It's just some basic like wind pattern stuff. And I have lived in Hawaii, yes. And it was actually an oceanography class in Hawaii that I was like, that spurred me to ask a question to myself, that I chose the degree geology and geophysics before even taking my first class in geology. Yes. Okay, so page 18, it talks about he actually did serve in the military. So during the Vietnam War, so there was a draft. So for people who blanketly hate anybody who served in the military during the Vietnam War, there's this thing called a military draft, and sometimes people don't get to serve of their own choosing. He actually, so the draft was in place, and so he volunteered to be in the military, and to help his father's political career, or at least attempt to. But he was there for a few months. He was not there, he was public relations for the engineering unit. So he wasn't like a soldier, he was engineering, but he was still in the military for a few months. Which I was like, I don't know if I knew that. Okay, knew that. 1992, if you were unaware, he was vice president when Bill Clinton was president. So he was vice president 1992 to 2000. When he ran for president in 2000, there was a lingering for those of us young'uns that it kind of felt, if you are running for president and you are the current vice president, there was kind of a stigma of that's cheating. Now, he did not full-on cheat, if that's true, because he did run in the primary elections, presidential primary elections. I would consider it cheating for certain if they're the active vice president and they didn't even run in the primaries. Like, let's say the president was rerunning and then stepped out, and then they were like, "Freedy! I'm a freeloader! Yes!" Right? Yeah, that's cheating. Okay, straight up. You can always say no. And do it the right way, but some people aren't. Well, yes, that makes Al Gore back-actingly confirm as he was much higher quality than the current Democratic Party nominee in 2024. Right, again, I'm filming this Saturday, 5 October 2024. They had how many people this year already? I'm joking, but not. Okay, again, we could use somebody who's run for president and lost to run and, like, run again. We don't really see that. That would be, in my lifetime, it'd be cool to see that. With the exception there being who? Ross Perot and me? Okay. And then, let's see, they used protesters, copycatted, no, this was 1996. Protesters copycatted the movie Deepwater Horizon. Wait, that came out later, like 20 years later. They did a dinosaur sculpture at a Kyoto summit or something to point attention to, don't forget that gas, oil comes from dinosaurs' remains. And how many fossils are destroyed for the minerals of electronics? Why can't we get any good protesters? So sad, so sad. Anyway, the book I did not think I was going to read, but I read. So this marked full book number 48 for me. So this is conclusion. It's marked full book number 48 for me for the 2024 year, and there's 48 pages. So I was like, it just worked out wonderfully.